Meet Dick. He's a loving husband.
I'm sure this is a good idea.
We'll just remind him to be a little less vocal.
With a promising career.
The big boys want to see you upstairs.
Which floor? 20? Not the 51st.
Congratulations, Mr. Howard.
But just when he thought he was on his way up,
I believe I can touch the sky. I believe.
his company
What's going on? Hey, there's a fire! Somebody should call!
I am so lucky that you've covered my backside.
sold him out.
He bankrupted the company, and he's getting away with $400 million.
Our savings, our pension, everything is gone. We may be in a little bit of a pickle, Dick. Our lawn was repossessed today. I didn't even know they could do that.
We followed the rules, and we got screwed.
Want to grab a cup of coffee while we're in here?
Ice mocha sounds nice.
All right, everybody, 2 ice mochas. Let's go. Move it. Whoa, jeez. Are you okay, hon?
I'm okay.
All right, nobody try to follow us, because we're desperate criminals. We're crazy people. Are these non-fat muffins? Are they non-fat muffins? I think so. Oh, geez, hon, you got to get some of those.
This Christmas, they're using their new skills to teach big business
You want to rob Jack McAllister?
a lesson.
We gotta get this guy. He's got to go.
Columbia Pictures and Imagine Entertainment present Jim Carey, Taya Leone.
Place looks amazing. What's your secret?
Fun with Dick and Jane.
We really should turn down that collar.
Can't be that bad.
We're gonna schedule one song only. Yes, sir.
Okay, well, good morning, listeners. Today on Business Talk at SUBR, we're going to be talking about how Enron filed for bankruptcy this morning. Kind of bizarre. Where, for those of you that don't know, Enron is widely considered to be the premier energy trading company in the world. Last year, Enron booked annual revenues in excess of $100 billion. It was formed in 1985 through a merger of Houston Natural Gas. In 1986, Kenneth Lay became head of Enron, and Jeffrey Skilling became CEO of Enron in 1990 after developing a series of derivatives for Enron's trading partners. Next up, we're going to see if we can get in touch with one of Enron's executives so they can tell us a little bit more about how Enron got into the predicament that it is in today. Stay tuned.
Good evening, members of the board. Being that the merger between Houston Natural Gas and Enron was a success, we're going to move forward. Now, being Enron, that will make it the most innovative general energy trading source in the world. Now, we will start to make sources such as water, energy, pipeline, broadband, pulp, paper, and lumber, just to move past the gas and energy market. Now, after that, we have trade agreements with California, so we can buy and sell contracts. Then we'll start to move into Europe. Meeting adjourned.
Okay, listeners, we're back, still talking about Enron, and right now we're going to have a few questions for Mrs. Amanda Anderson, which was Enron's accounting advisor. So, Mrs. Anderson, as Enron's accounting advisor, did you ever raise concern about their financial statements?
Yes, I did. In fact, I warned both Skilling and Lay countless times that the financial statements being presented just did not add up to what they actually had, and that eventually they would be audited by a different company, and that everything, all the dirty work would soon come out.
Oh, okay. Well, is it true that you received over $40 million for auditing and non-auditing services at Enron?
What kind of question is that? I mean, honestly, should we be concerned with how much I was getting paid? The true concern right now is Enron and their financial statement.
Hello? Hello? We'll be back after these short, brief messages.
Good evening, members of the board. I'm here to talk about the financial status of Enron, also all other contributing factors. Now, the quality of our company's standing reputation is unlike any other company that exists. Our financial statements are doing well above any projected profits that were reported by any other company. Now, these statements are attributed to our overwhelming success with our partnership with Blockbuster. We are constantly delivering movies on broadband to viewers' homes all over the broadband network. Now, our shareholders are responding by investing in more stocks. This is one of our many strengths. Now, these are the weaknesses that we need to stay away from. Now, that's market-to-market, sham swaps, and also prudency accounts. Now, is there any questions, comments, or concerns?
Yes, I have a question. I was wondering, did we close the deal with Blockbuster yet?
Like I stated before, our partnership with Blockbuster is doing exponentially well. Now, meeting adjourned. Hey, job well done. As always, Skilling.
Lay, Skilling, I need to speak with you too. The financial statements that you released to your stakeholders last week, they were not accurate. That's totally inaccurate. And the mark-to-market strategy we used to cover up Blockbuster, that fell through 3 months ago.
Anderson, we'll worry about that later.
This company is collapsing.
We'll worry about that later.
Okay, remember the iron law. When you don't use your resources properly, it collapses.
Thank you, Anderson. Thank you.
Okay, listeners, we're back after that brief interview that we had with Enron's accounting auditor. So now we got in touch with another accounting representative from the company, and let's see if we could get some more information from her. Mrs. Watkins, can you tell us what was your position at Enron?
Yes, I'm an accountant and vice president, and I worked under Fastow.
Well, Miss Sharon Watkins, we just tried to have an interview with the auditor, Amanda Anderson, but we couldn't get much information from her. So would you like to tell us, have you ever confronted any of your board members about the company's accounting practices?
Yes. I confronted Mr. Lay about our accounting practices, and I was telling him that I was concerned. And I also...
Dear Lay, I am very nervous that we have imposed in a wave of accounting scandal. My 8 years of Enron work history will be worthless on my resume. The business world would consider the past success as nothing but an elaborate accounting hoax. Skilling is resigning for personal reasons, but I think he wasn't having fun. Looked down the road and he just knew this was unfixable, and he would rather jump ship now and resign and save himself some shame in 2 years. I've heard one manager say, I know it would be devastating to us all, but I wish we could get caught. We're such a crooked
And I also suggested to him that we should use some type of legal team or some type of accounting experts to check on the proprietorship and the partnership, and maybe we should establish some type of cleanup plan for the accounting firm.
Okay. Do you think that you would be able to work with any other company as an accountant, vice president after the company's collapse?
No way. No one in the United States is going to hire me after the collapse of Enron. This is just unethical. You know, we made so many mistakes, and after this, I think my career is going to have to pay for this. This was a hoax.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Mrs. Watkins. But thank you so much for talking with us today. And we are going to let a couple of calls come through here, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, we have a worker from Enron. Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah. I used to work for Enron, and I just found out that these guys go bankrupt. All my money was saved up in this company. I don't know what I'm gonna do. My family, I'm lost. I'm confused. I don't know what the next move is. I hope that someone has a plan for the workers here at Enron, because this is not gonna work.
Well, sir, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, I bet you are sorry, but you still have your job.
Sir, yes, sir. I'm sorry. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah. You guys hiring?
No, sir, we're not hiring. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, okay. Bye.
Bye.
That I can
I've lived without these things for thousands of years.
There goes the boxing match.
You can go to a bar.
Let's go. It's rigged anyway.
What are you doing with the television?
Oh, hi.
what I've been through myself.
You're going to
On my way
Grab this guy! Damn, go, you grab him!
Go, Jesus.
Hurry! God! Just go!
Okay, listeners, back to our business talk at SUBR. Right now, I have Mrs. Wendy Graham, an employer and executive at Enron, on the line right now. Hey, Mrs. Graham, thank you for being on our show this morning.
It's a pleasure to interview with you this morning.
Well, Mrs. Graham, can you tell us what was your employment prior to working at Enron?
Yes, I can. A month prior to my employment at Enron, I was the chair of the CFTC board, which was basically the Commodities Future Regulation.
Okay, all right. Well, in 1992, Enron petitioned the CFTC for a specific reason. Can you tell us what that reason may have been?
Yes, I can expound upon that. Yes, there was a petition that Enron was trying to get the CFTC to pass during that time, and the subject matter in regards to that was derivatives and swaps.
Okay, well, Mrs. Graham, were you aware that Enron had policies geared towards deregulation in which they were trying to minimize the oversight of government into specific markets that they were trying to acquire?
Well, I can honestly say that it was very clear to me that Enron, the goal of Enron was to get the exemption passed so that they can get into other markets. But I'm not necessarily all the way. I guess you're right. I didn't think about it in that light. So yes, I believe that they did have underlying assumptions where they wanted the government to just be minimum so they could just get into any market that they could. So yes.
Was it approved?
Yes, it was. It was approved.
Was this a part of the reason why you accepted the position at Enron as a member of the board of directors?
Well, I just want to clarify some things. You know, any job that you consider taking, a job offer, there are a lot of things to consider. I have to consider my life, my work-life balance, my family. You know, there are a lot of different entities to making that decision to going on board with Enron. And the second thing I'd like to say, my salary and what I got paid at Enron, I don't believe that's something that we need to discuss over the air or allow the listeners to hear that. So I would really appreciate it if we move to the next question.
Okay, well, that's all the time we have for now. Thank you, Mrs. Graham, for being on our show.
Well, thank you.
Listeners, there you have it. We'll be back. Stay tuned.
Dick, tell me, what is the shareholder to make of the fact that Jack McAllister, your CEO, has unloaded a considerable share of his stocks?
I think CEOs sell their stocks for many reasons, Sam, both professional and personal.
Actually, over the past year, Jack McAllister has sold 80% of his holdings through shell companies. How do you explain that?
The reasons for doing something like that would be... Oh, losing you there. Hold on. Reasons for doing something like that would be, could be many.
There's also talk of some of the Globaldyne portfolio documents being subpoenaed, specifically those of your CFO, Frank Bascom. And now, joining us with his insights is presidential hopeful Ralph Nader.
Really? Hi, Ralph. Big fan, love your stuff.
I wish I could say the same, but I don't know how you sleep at night, sir. I believe that corporations like Globaldyne pervert the American dream. They leverage our future so the super rich get richer. You are a disgrace.
Ralph, I don't know where you're getting your statistics. I can only say that, in my estimation, Globaldyne is completely transparent, and we'd be more than willing to share any
I have never felt better about the prospects of this company. All of you know that our stock prices have suffered substantially over the last few months. One of our top priorities will be to restore a significant amount of the stock value we have lost as soon as possible. Our performance has never been stronger. Our business model has never been more robust. Our growth has never been more certain and more important. We have never had a better nor deeper pool of talent throughout the company. We have the finest organization in business today. Together, we will make Enron the world's leading company.
Well, listeners, this is the end of our show. Sorry, this is a tragic day for Enron's employees, but we're just bringing you the facts here at Business Talk at SUBR. This is Vantasia signing out. Have a good evening.
Mr. Lay, yes, how are you? You have any comments regarding Enron?
No comments.
Anything? Mr. Lay?
Caller, you're on air. I'm sorry. To your radio. And
you want me to put some the rap songs that they're playing?
Yeah.
That would entertain the crowd, don't you believe such a thing? What are we gonna play? Let's see.
It's 94.1.
I gotta see it, girl. It's a clean CD. I think this might be a little too old, but
One song over.
it's not as old. Okay. Today on our show, we're going to be talking about how Enron filed for bankruptcy this morning. Wow.
Louder, or is it picking me up, or?
I don't know what happened. It just wouldn't. Okay, and no. Action. Okay, no. And action.
You said
I forgot, we can't discuss it anyway.
Oh, that was could be something for that.
Yeah, any company you're not supposed to discuss pay.
No.
What was something else?
Sorry to interrupt company.
Action.
Yeah, for real, sorry to interrupt company.
Action.
Somebody needs to say they stressed. You do it.
I'm stressed.
I thought I was going to say that.
You can.
I'm recording this.
You're recording. The red light's been on.
We should do bloopers at the end.